Trust is a two-way streak. You can say something to somebody and they could get mad. They can say something to you and they can get mad. But regardless, you gotta have some communication. There needs to be, an understanding between the two people talking to each other for a certain goal to reach that goal. But it seems like communication was lost here for a very specific kind of person. A Karen. If you know what a Karen is, I pity you. This is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Karen is somebody that will scream at you, will tell you no, will block their ears in with their 12-inch dildos and basically say, nana nana boo boo, I am right, you are wrong. But in this case, it could go either way. Because there was a family that wanted to host a 5-year-old's birthday party at a pizza joint. Casual pizza joint with pizza. But it seems like they were given permission, allegedly. They say themselves they were given permission. Whether that's true or not, I'm not. No, they don't say anything about that. But they were given permission. But the Karen decides no. God Almighty, no. You pieces of garbage. You absolute Philistines. You worthless little ants on my boots. This is a pizza joint. This is not a goddamn cake cutting birthday party. That was my attempt of being mad. But yeah, that was basically her.
Okay, so when I come to your house with my cake, am I going to do whatever I want at your house? Is that appropriate? Everybody, we're all going to go to her house for the birthday cake, okay? That's a good idea?
It's dead in here.
You didn't call, you didn't make arrangements, you just didn't walk into a restaurant and do whatever you want. It's inappropriate. And you want us to apology. I don't know anything. Have a good day. I've been here since 1990. Nobody's ever done that. 1990, it's inappropriate. It's a restaurant.
It's a 5-year-old birthday party. It's a 5-year-old birthday party. We just want to cut the cake.
How about if I just come to your house with a cake and
Okay.
just do whatever I
I would
want?
say yeah.
It's inappropriate.
Sure.
You're embarrassing yourself. No, actually, these customers have been here for 20 years. I'm not embarrassing anything. It's only you're embarrassed because you should be apologizing to us.
Now, before I go into detail about everything that happened, I just can't ignore it. I love the dude just chilling right there with his flannel open. So like, I've never been here for 20 years. Don't get me into it. I just want to eat my pizza. He is just vibing. He's living his best life right there. Unfortunately, he has to hear all these screeching and crying from the Karen. She does have a name. And while I do understand where she's coming from, a 5-year-old's birthday party is not the end of the universe. If I go to a McDonald's with a birthday cake and my little child, brother, or something, I don't think anybody there would really mind. Maybe some customers that are just, annoyed by everything, but I don't think the employee would be all like, heck, they even have a playground for children in most McDonald's, at least the ones that aren't that dangerous. But yeah, there are playgrounds for McDonald's for children, so I don't think having a little birthday party, cutting a little cake there would be different. But as these people say, this restaurant is quite pristine. We do not want your filthy cake cutting hands anywhere near us, even though those people were like, damn, I've never been here for 20 years either. She's like pointing at those people and they don't even know who she is. Dave's over there like, damn, this is my first time being here. I just wanted some pizza. So yeah, it seems like she's going way over exaggerated for a small cake slicing. Again, I understand where she's coming from. These people allegedly don't have reservations or anything. But if it ticks you off that much that your restaurant, which is only barely half filled, it's not like fully open or anything. If anything, you are making more of a nuisance than these people ever would by cutting a cake. Like 5-year-olds, they scream, they get happy, wee, cake. I love cakey, but you're making more of a noise. And there is more detail about it that I'll probably read, but they did release a statement about it. New Jersey pizzeria delivers sassy response after employee berates family over child's birthday cake. The New Jersey pizzeria has doubled down its policy after a video went viral depicting an employee berating a family after they asked for a knife to cut a 5-year-old's birthday cake, warning their customers, "We don't do cake, we do pizza." And again, that's perfectly fine. You know, McDonald's does burgers, but they would probably let you cut a cake there. Doreen Sullivan Korchich, who works at Joey's Tomatoes on the Jersey Shore, was filmed laying into customers after they bought a cake for the 5-year-old's birthday. Joey's Tomatoes has now spoken out about the viral video, hailing their establishment as a family-owned restaurant that has watched customers grow from having their birthday parties there to being parents themselves. For a few days now, the internet has decided it knows everything about our restaurant based on 30 seconds of footage that started after a real conversation was already underway, restaurant said in a statement. No context, no beginning, just a clip built for outrage and a comment section full of opinions. Thank you to the people who supported us. Let's be clear about who we are. We are a pizza restaurant, not a party venue, not a bakery, not a rental hall. We built our name on pizza, kind of Jersey Shore is known for, the restaurant added. And again, there's nothing wrong with saying that. They could politely decline them. They could have just been all like, "Yeah, we don't do cakes. Get that cake out of here. We hate cakes around here. We jump cakes behind the alleyway. We're a pizza joint, all right?" I don't know why I'm trying to do Italian, but they could have just said that. But instead, it's the way the employee does it. That's super unprofessional. Again, you could have just told them no. And if they didn't want to leave, I don't know, just call the police. At that point, it's their problem. They're the problem if they don't want to leave. It's perfectly fine to keep your image as a pizza joint, parties and all that, but like, I don't know, it's just the way she did it that was completely over exaggerated. So, statement went on to say that the restaurant was committed to serving its customers and had established policies for a reason. Those policies aren't up for a public vote just because one moment of enforcing them got recorded. They added, here's the Karen in question, the person shouting, and here was the dad, I believe, the one filming, and here's the pizza joint. If you ever want to go there, not to hate, don't do any of that. I'm sure they have nice pizza. They have their reasons. It's just that the employee was kind of the problem, and maybe the people that wanted to cut the cake. So again, it is alleged that they have permission. There is nothing that says they actually got permission, so I'm going to take it at face value. They could both be the problem, but it was mostly the one shouting that instigated it. So if you ever do go here, New Jersey, don't hate on them or anything. I'm sure they have fine pizza. So, statement cheekily concluded, although we are considering a new tagline, we don't do cake, we do pizza. God fucking damn it, we do pizza. None of that cake shit. Is probably them. The video, which has now been deleted, was shared by Tom, the content creator behind the popular Instagram page, Vintage New Jersey. Okay, so when do I come to your house with my candles and my cake? Am I going to be able to do whatever I want? Is that appropriate? Karcher was filmed yelling at the family. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. If you really want to come by, you know, and I can get some soda, you have some cake, be a cool afternoon, Netflix and chill, maybe. No, but you know, if she was down, if they were down for it, I would have been like, yeah, everybody's invited. Let's go eat some cake, man. She then turned her attention to the rest of the restaurant, sarcastically instructed them to go to the customer's house with a birthday cake. You didn't call. You don't just walk into a restaurant and do whatever you want. It's inappropriate. You owe us an apology. I don't owe you anything. Have a good day. Now, this is where two sides of the story comes into play. They say they asked for permission. She says there was no call. So who knows who is right or wrong here, who's telling the truth or not. As the customers backed away, Courage continues saying she has been with Joey's Tomatoes since 1990, and no one has ever asked for a knife to cut a birthday cake they bought in. Jarosky, who was filming the encounter, then hit back at Courage, "It's a 5-year-old's birthday party. We just want to cut the cake." And here's the person in question, the character. Every story has two sides. Ooh, now we're getting into the juicy stuff. We're getting friend or foe, these are not what they want to tell you and all that. The files, we're getting into the files now. A message from Joey's Tomatoes, Point Pleasant Beach, NJ, New Jersey. For over 30 years, Joey's Tomatoes, family owned, has been part of the boardwalk. We fed families on their first summer trip and their 100th visit. Generations. We have watched kids grow and come back as parents themselves, ordering the same pie their grandparents ordered. We're proud to be part of their memories. Let's talk about that video. For a few days now, the internet has decided it knows everything about our restaurant based on 30 seconds of footage that started after the real conversation was already underway. No context, no beginning, just a clip built for outrage and a comment section full of opinions. Thank you to the people who supported us. So let's be clear about who we are. We are a pizza restaurant, not a party venue, not a bakery, not a rental hall, not a mall, not a tattoo parlor, not a haircut place. We're pizza. All right, we build our name on pizza, the kind that Jersey Shore is known for. We are also Jersey strong. Protecting our customers, employees, reputation, and brand is important. Every restaurant on this boardwalk has policies that exist for real reasons: food safety, liability, order in the kitchen, running full speed on a summer night. Those policies aren't up to the public vote just because one moment of enforcing them got recorded. We have preserved one pie at a time, long before this video and long after it's forgotten. That's not going to change, although we are considering a new tagline. We don't do cake, we do pizza. If you bring a cake, you will be executed on the spot, no exceptions. Another customer in Jaworski's party told Kashrich that she was embarrassing herself, to which Karshish replied fiercely that the other customers at the pizzeria had been loyal to them for years. In a now deleted Instagram post, Jaworski said that he and his family spent around $250 at the establishment and called beforehand to ask whether they could bring a cake, and an employee said yes. He told the Daily Mail he deleted the video because the damage had been done and he did not want to rehash the conflict. In a separate video on his account, Jaworski said that he could never have imagined a story about asking for a knife to cut a birthday cake would have gone viral. It wasn't staged, I didn't plan this, and I certainly didn't expect it to be spread the way it did, Jaworski told his follower. He acknowledged that he understood videos can go viral when shared online, but confessed that the reaction to the pizzeria altercation was insane. Looking back, I'm still surprised how the situation unfolded. We just want to spend a day at a beach, boardwalk, rides, arcade, and get some pizza. Jaworski continued, we spent money at this place. We had just wanted to borrow a knife to cut the cake, and the response caught us off guard. He said he did not want to continue speaking about the incident and its impact on other livelihoods, adding that he just hoped everyone involved had learned the lesson. Jaworski then vowed to continue using his popular Instagram page to focus on New Jersey rather than address the viral awkward conversation. The Daily Mail has reached out to Karshish for comment. Now, in this case, it's a case of he said, she said. Did they call? Did they get the rights, the reservation, and all that? Did they get the permission? Or, as she said, there was no call. There was no permission. Would you like if I went to your house and cut a birthday cake? And honestly, I would. If you're a pretty cool fellow, cut me a cake, man. I'll take it. And we can just chill out, you know. I'm not saying that for anybody to just break into my house or anything. That's different. But, you know, knocking politely and be all like, I got the cake, brother. Yes, strawberry shortcake. Let's do this. So, yeah, that's a completely different vibe. But the person that said you're embarrassing yourself was a customer. I thought it was a woman that was talking to her. So even the customers were a little bit like, shut up. I'm trying to eat my pizza, please. Even the employee, the guy over there, is just looking down like, don't get involved. Don't get involved. So, yeah, whoever is right or wrong, it's the way she approached it. It's just really unprofessional. I can see some safety concerns, though. You know, strangers asking for knives to cut a birthday cake. They can be all like, thanks for the knife. I can cut the birthday cake. And by birthday cake, I mean your head, and decapitate her or something. You never know. There's a lot of crazy people out there. But it's just the way she shouted at them and belittled them and was all sarcastic. She was embarrassing herself. So I don't think this is the worst case of a Karen drama. There has been much worse Karen cases out there. Really one-sided. But this one, I think I see where she's coming from a little bit. Again, it's just the approach, you know. You really just got to handle it professionally. You're an employee there. Service reflects on the employees and all that. And if you're doing that just for a cake, pizza, they should have bought their own knife for starters. But it probably would have been the same outcome, honestly, since she was more peeved about the cake than anything else. So, damn you, cake. Damn you for not asking for permission. This is pizza. Get the hell out. So if you bring a pizza here, you will be belittled, and you will be belittled. Yeah, just fuck cakes, I guess. But I think that's about it. Take care.